Hello and welcome to this video. Today, you're going to learn the top 10 phrasal verbs in English. And having these phrasal verbs in your vocabulary is going to help you sound fluent, sound natural, sound advanced, and it will help you understand native speakers as well because our vocabularies are filled with phrasal verbs. And of course, I'm Jennifer from JForrestEnglish.com, and this channel is dedicated to helping you feel confident speaking English in public so you can take your career and your life to the next level. Now, before we go any further, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new lesson. Now, let's dive in with this lesson. Are you ready to learn the top 10 phrasal verbs in English? Now make sure you stay right to the end because at the end of the lesson, I'm going to quiz you on all your new vocabulary so you can complete the quiz right at the end. Now let's dive in. Number 1, to ask someone out. Now pay attention to the sentence structure because notice here, I'm using someone. You only ask someone out. You don't ask something out. And here's the reason why. When you ask someone out, it's to invite them on a romantic evening together, also known as a date. So to ask someone out, you invite them on a date. A date is a romantic evening spent with someone. Of course, it doesn't have to be an evening. It could be a morning coffee date or an afternoon date as well. But I just said evening because most of the time it is in the evening. So let me give you an example sentence. Why hasn't Jim asked Maria out yet? He's obviously into her. So notice here, why hasn't Jim asked Maria out? Ask someone out. Our someone is Maria. Now, of course, you need the subject who's doing the action. So Jim is inviting Maria on a date. A date is always romantic, right? Now, Maria could say no, and we're going to talk about that later on in one of our phrasal verbs. So let me give you that example again. Why hasn't Jim asked Maria out yet? He's obviously into her. Now you might be wondering, Jennifer, what does that mean? He's obviously into her. Well, that's our next phrasal verb, to be into someone, to be into someone. Now here, I'll point out that you can also be into something. But first, let's talk about to be into someone. When you're into someone, I'm sure you noticed based on the context, but it means to like someone romantically. Now, the context is really important because I'm going to give you a musician who I'm really into. I'm really into Jack Johnson. Now, when I say that, oh, I'm really into Jack Johnson, I don't like Jack Johnson romantically, although he is pretty cute, I guess, but I don't like him romantically, but I really like his music. So if you use into someone, it depends on the context, but there is this meaning of liking. And for the most part, that liking is romantic. So if I said, Jim is into Maria, he likes her romantically. But if I'm talking about being into a celebrity or a musician, an actor, it's possible that I just like them, but not necessarily romantically. So keep that in mind. Now, remember I said you could also be into something. Now, in this case, we're talking about liking something, and it's usually an activity or a hobby. So I was really into Jack Johnson when I was really into playing ukulele and playing guitar. Jack Johnson is an amazing musician. He plays guitar and he plays ukulele. So I was really into him. And mainly when I was into playing ukulele and playing guitar. Those are two activities I don't really do much anymore, simply because I don't have time. It isn't a priority for me to do those activities right now at this stage in my life. Although one day I would definitely like to do them again. Now, so you could talk about any hobby or activity. Oh, I'm really into going hiking. I'm really into playing video games. So we use this with hobbies and activities mainly. Our next phrasal verb, to bring someone down. To bring someone down is to make someone unhappy. But there's that transition because that person was happy and then something happened to bring them down and now they're not happy, or they're at least less happy than they were before. So I could say that movie really brought me down. Now notice here, my subject is the movie. The movie brought me down. I could also use a person. My boss brought me down. So something or someone can bring someone down. That movie brought me down. So I was happy and then I watched the movie and now I'm not happy or I'm less happy. Probably because the movie was very sad or depressing, something like that. Number 4, to cheer up. So you can think of this as the opposite. To cheer someone up is to make them happier. Now we commonly use this in the imperative. Cheer up. Cheer up, Julie. Cheer up. Don't be sad. Cheer up. So we commonly use this in the imperative, but you can use it in other ways. For example, I could say, I took my friend out to lunch to cheer her up. To cheer her up. So that's the reason why. I wanted to make her happier. To cheer her up. Number 5, to pick someone or something up. This is one of the most common phrasal verbs. You probably know it. But did you know you can also pick something up? You pick someone up and you also pick something up. And that's when you take an object or a person from one location to another location. So of course you might know it in the sense of, I pick my kids up after school. Or I pick my husband up after work, right? That's probably how you know it. But you can use it with a something. Maybe your husband could call you and say, oh, hey, can you pick milk up on your way home? Can you pick milk up? So you're going to go to a location, the store, get milk, and take it to another location, your home. Can you pick milk up on your way home? It's very common to get a call from someone and they ask you, oh, hey, can you pick this up? Can you pick this up on your way home? And that something is a grocery item or something for your home. So now you know how to use it with a someone and a something. And what's the opposite of to pick someone up? Well, it's to drop someone off. And you can also drop something off. When you drop someone or something off, it's to leave someone or something at a specific location. So of course you could say, I dropped my husband off at work. I dropped my friend off at the airport. Now, you might also ask someone, can you drop this letter off on your way to work? So they take the letter and they leave it somewhere in a different location, the post office or a mailbox. Can you drop this letter off on your way to work? Number 7, to end up. To end up is a very useful phrasal verb. We use it to say that you eventually do something or eventually decide something. So you might say, I ended up asking Julie out. I ended up asking Julie out. Who was our first example? I can't remember. Oh, it wasn't Julie. It was Jim and Maria. So let me give that again. Jim ended up asking Maria out. So remember before I said, why hasn't Jim asked Maria out yet? So now remember, to end up, that's to eventually do something. So after a period of time. So Jim ended up asking Maria out. but she turned him down. Remember I said at the beginning, I'm going to teach you a phrasal verb if Maria, I was going to say Julie again, if Maria says no, well, that's to turn someone down. That's our next phrasal verb, to turn someone down. Now you can also turn something down. Can you think of something that you might say no to? How about a job offer? Something like that. So to turn someone down, to turn something down, is when you receive an invitation or a proposal to do something and you say no. You decline, you refuse, you reject, you say no. So Maria turned Jim down. Now you might also say, I was turned down for the job. I was turned down. Now you could turn that into an active sentence. They turned me down. I was turned down by the company. They turned me down. So in this specific phrasal verb, it is commonly used in the passive. So I would get comfortable with the passive, but you can use it in the active, of course, as well. Number 9, to fill in or to fill out forms. Okay, so notice here I gave you 2 prepositions. I know students get confused. What's the difference between fill in and fill out? There is no difference. So specifically with forms, that's the only time that there is no difference. When you're entering information into a form, you're filling in that form. You're also filling out that form. It doesn't matter which preposition you use. And honestly, I use both of them interchangeably. So I just change between fill in, fill out. I use both, and you can too. So if you go to an office, they might say, after you fill in this form, or after you fill out this form, drop it off at reception. Notice, drop it off at reception. So take it to reception and leave it there. Drop it off at reception. Our final phrasal verb, to find out. To find out is when you understand something, you learn something, or you discover something. So maybe, going back to our character Jim, so maybe Jim could say, how did you find out that Maria turned me down? So maybe Jim is a little embarrassed. He thought this was just a secret, nobody knew. But then a friend tried to cheer him up because he knew Maria turned him down after he asked her out. Notice all our phrasal verbs. So Jim could say, how did you find out that Maria turned me down? So how did you discover this? How did you learn this? How did you find this out? And we use this when you want to get information as well. So I might say, I need to find out when the store closes because I have a package I need to drop off, but I don't know when they close. I need to find that out. So learn or discover that specific information. So now you have the top 10 phrasal verbs in your vocabulary, and as you saw, you can use them all together. And native speakers, when we speak, our sentences could have 3, 4, 5 phrasal verbs in one sentence. So you need to get really comfortable and confident using phrasal verbs. So are you ready for your quiz? I'm going to first put the questions on the screen. Now, I'm only going to put them on the screen for about 10 seconds. So hit pause because it will take you longer than 10 seconds to complete the quiz. And then after, you're going to see the answers. Again, I'll only put the answers on for about 10 seconds. So hit pause and you can review the answers as well. Are you ready? Let's start your quiz. So how did you do on the quiz? Did you pass? Did you get a great mark? Let us know in the comments, and I want you to choose your top 1, 2, or 3 if you're feeling adventurous, your top 3 phrasal verbs from the list of the top 10, and leave example sentences in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course subscribe. And before you go, make sure you head on over to my website, JForrestEnglish.com, and download your free speaking guide. In this guide, I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. And until next time, happy studying! Awesome job adding these new phrasal verbs to your speech. I can't wait to read your examples, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!